Hello there guys! For today's video, I'm going to show you how to transform and reimagine photos with generative fill in Photoshop. And also, we will dive deeper into using generative fill to remove unwanted objects, expanding background, and adding new elements. So let's get started! So here in our document, I prepare here portrait image. And our first step here is we're going to remove all the unwanted things that in this image with the use of a generative fill. The first step we're going to do here is we're going to create a duplicate layer of our background layer. So going on to the layers panel, click on the background layer, then press Ctrl plus J. There you are. Now click on the new layer. Then first thing here is I want to remove all the subjects on this image because I don't really feel it. Alright, so to do that, we're going to first create selection around the unwanted object. So going on to the toolbar, first, I'm going to make use of this lasso tool. All right, there you go. Or press L. Now, I'm going to create a selection on this boat over here. Right? Selection. All right. If you want to add more selection, you can just go to the options panel here and click on this. Add to selection. Click that. And then we can add more selection to it. There you are. Now, this contextual taskbar will appear. Right? Well, if you can't find that, you can just go to Windows, then choose on contextual taskbar. All right, and there you go. So now we're going to click on generative fill. Now, to remove this one, of course, we're going to write down the prompt, remove. There you are, and then hit generate. Once I did that, it removes those unwanted objects instantly. Amazing, isn't it? Also, from the properties panel, you can choose the variation that you think is the best for it, all right? Because on the first image, it creates a waterfalls on that area, right? For the second variation, well, this one, just make a clear one. This one is good, all right? And the third one creates, if I'm not sure, it creates another boat on that area, all right? Which I don't want because my goal here is to remove the object. So I'm going to choose the second variation. There you are. All right. Now, the next step we're going to do here is we're going to expand the image with the use of a generative fill. Okay, so but before we do that, going on to the layers panel, make sure that our background layer is unlocked. All right, so as you have noticed here, this one is locked. It has this lock symbol. All right, so just click this one to unlock it. All right, that's how it is. Then go to the toolbar and find the crop tool, this one. Or you can just press C for the shortcut key. Right, then let's expand this one. Right, let's expand this side, and also let's expand on the other side. There you are. All right, and also let's also expand this one here. All right, for the sky. There you are. Then once we're good with it, hit enter. And by the way, if you find this video helpful so far, please consider subscribing to help YouTube algorithm show my videos to other nerds like us. Now let's zoom this one out. Now, the next step we're going to do here is we're going to bring out the selection of the image. Well, to do that, all you have to do is to press Ctrl, hold it, and then click on the thumbnail of the first layer down here. Like this one. All right, there you go. So the selection is already there. Now let's invert the selection. Press Ctrl plus Shift plus I. There you are. Now the selection is from the outside. Now let's use the generative fill. So going on to the contextual taskbar, click on generative fill. And then from the prompt, let's say expand. Now hit generate. Now let's see what will AI Photoshop do to our image. All right, there you go. Now let's go and check the variation. Actually, it did great. Click on the second variation. All right. Well, this one is much better. All right, then the other one. What about the third one? I'll go with the second variation. Okay, there you are. Now, the next step we're going to do here is we're going to add some elements. To do that, let's go and get our selection tool. Going on to the toolbar, you can choose any selection you want. All right. So for now, I'm going to make use of a rectangular marquee tool because what I'm planning is I'm going to create a ground on this part. Okay, so let's create a selection. There you are. Then go to the contextual taskbar, click generative fill. Let's add a prompt. Let's say grassy ground. Then hit generate. There you go. All right, now it created grass on this area. Well, let's go to the variations and check the best we can choose. Okay, so let's go click on the second one. Create this wooden floor. All right. Well, I'm looking for a grassy ground. Okay, second one is this. Wow, this one looks better. All right, so I choose the third one. Now, the next step we're going to do here is we're going to add animals. So let's add some crocodile or alligator over here. So let's go to the toolbar and let's now get the lasso tool. Okay, so from this area, let's create a selection. There you go. Then click Generative Fill. Let's add alligator. All right, then hit Generate. All right, there you go. Now that looks cool. Look at that. All right, so let's go to the variation. Check the second one. Okay, the second one looks like it's chasing the boat. Okay, let's go to the second one. The third one, I mean. Okay, this one looks fine as well. All right, so I think I'm going with number 3 or number 1. Yeah, I choose number 3 for this. Okay, there you are. All right, now let's put something on the sky. Okay, so let's say I want to add some hot air balloon on top. So yeah, let's go and create a selection on the sky. There you are. Go to Generative Fill. Let's say hot air balloon. All right, then hit Generate. All right, so let's go to the variations from the properties panel. Okay, we can choose the second one. Yeah, the first one is good. All right, the third one is okay too. So I'll go with the first one. All right, there you go. All right, that looks getting better. All right, so add one last element. Okay, and I'm going to put it on this part. All right, so I'm going to draw a selection on this part. There you are. And then I want to click on Generative Fill and let's say statue. All right, let's be specific. Let's say giant statue. All right, then hit Generate. All right, now it creates a Buddha over here. Let's go and try to the other variations. Okay, this one is fine. Well, I go with this. This one is better. All right, and that's how it goes. Okay, now we're good with this. Now look how amazing Generative Fill can create you the things that you want to put on your image instantly. All right, so let me show you the before and after. This one is the before, and this one is the after. And that is how to transform and reimagine photos with Generative Fill in Photoshop.